the one that's got
now it has to.
He's the one
Now it
that
has
has
to
the 4 days. He has the 4 days of content. So you're welcome.
I don't know
OG should say to him, "You're welcome," because literally every day has been about it.
That's what I'm saying. I've made money. He's made money. He knows what he's doing. It's just it's just fucking stupid at this point. There comes a time where it's like, hey, but Chuck, hold it down. I gotta use the restroom.
Chuck, you got to dance, monkey.
Okay. Chuck can hold it.
Yeah, I'm dancing.
Chuck can still hold it down, but I feel like Grumple needs to be sexually aggressed while I'm going to the bathroom.
Grumple, you're looking mighty good these days.
He's a big, strong Marine, ladies.
I love Marine. So
Am I turning off again? This is not what I was intending today.
I love those red crayons.
Do you not want to be sexually aggressed? All right, Grumple, it's okay.
He's a married man, right? You're married, no, Grumple?
No.
Well, maybe he wants to say or no, but I like.
Ask me in a couple months.
Okay, got it.
All right. Well. Get Grid. He's got 2 airplanes in his garage.
Oh, I can't.
I can't. He's a man. Yeah, I see. That's the thing. I don't like to mess with married men.
Yeah, I absolutely can't. I've met his wife, and I have too much respect for the man to put him in that kind of position.
Well, goddamn, just have it.
Wait, which position are you talking now?
Just leave us alone. Leave us alone.
Grumple more willing than you thought. Grumple, are we going to get out the red crayons and play together?
Wait, crayons are like Play-Doh too.
Oh.
I mean, I could be possibly tempted or maybe even convinced.
Oh my god, not Play-Doh.
I didn't know you like Play-Doh. I'm so excited. Oh my god.
Well, he is a Marine. I mean, come on. They're
both say non-toxic, okay? You get the silly putty, and then you get the serious putty. Both are non-toxic. It's really funny.
Are they all red?
No, they should be though.
They should be.
One of life's great injustices is not being able to get a box of just red crayon.
I could wear.
Wait, can you?
Red. I have a whole bag full of red crayons. I'd send it to you in a heartbeat. If I had your address, I'd fucking mail it to you. Because, like, all those years that my kids got crayons, like, literally at a fucking Rubbermaid full of crayons. And, like, because I was going through all my kids' shit when we moved. And I just, like, every crayon I found, I threw in this fucking Rubbermaid. And I have tons. And, yeah, I would fucking send you those crayons.
She means it. She'll send you the crayons, Grump. Give her the address.
You can have all of my crayons.
Because this is weird. Look, D7 is even talking dirty in the chat. I love how Play-Doh smells.
I want to see the excitement on your face when you open it.
Oh my god. We have.
Yeah, look, girl. Oh my god, I love you. Your facial expressions are fucking epic.
It does smell good, yeah. The Play-Doh. I remember that smell. You took me back to memory lane with that smell of Play-Doh. It had a very distinct smell.
Oh shit.
Okay, I'm sharing something. If you could bring that up, please. This is the way to a Marine's heart.
Oh no,
Chuck, do you have buttons? Look, all red crayons.
Oh my goodness. That's wonderful.
Ask and ye shall find on Amazon.
Right? No,
only $15.
Who wants a box of white crayons?
It's amazing.
It's only $15. That's
the red though.
Badass.
Yeah. Well, 16. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, you can subscribe and save nothing. Look, it's the same amount. 15.
Need another box after having that one. Like, how many red crayons do you go through?
It's 80. Oh man, that'll last like a couple weeks at least.
What the hell are you doing with the red crayons, sir?
He's a Marine.
Again, don't worry about that.
thank you for your crayon hookup. I ordered mine
Yeah.
now. Crack baby's hysterical. Click.
No,
Bye.
they're not Crayola branded. That said crayon on them, but you know, slumming it a little bit. It's fine.
It's the no name. It's the manufacturer that everyone goes to before they smack their label
Try
on
it
it.
out.
It's all good.
Try it out. It might even be the white label. I don't know if Crayola is even making their own anymore. It might be the white label product that Crayola slaps their label onto it.
That's right. Most of the times, that's what it is.
It's very similar.
Well, I don't know about you guys, crickets, but I'm just about tired of seeing like that guy lie on stream about OG. It's like, all right, you're not gonna get honesty. You tried to do a face to face, have a resolution. You're not gonna get there. At the end of the day, you both benefited, right? Okay, you got content, and then like so you move on.
Well, he's playing pick me. He wants Andrew to see how well of a child he is.
Right.
But I mean, here's the thing, though. This is what I don't understand. You like Grid is a respected man in the community and a respected friend of Andrew. You would think that just by their relationship, by proxy, they would also show him respect. So it's almost like it's just Andrew focused. Everybody else can get heat, which is weird to me.
Yep.
You know, because there should be a protected group of people that are also off limits. At least that's how I would operate. So
well, not just that, but Grid has earned his own fucking credit and reputation.
But obviously, they don't care about that. It's all about Andrew.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all about
yes. And with it being all about Andrew, you're right. I would expect them to respect Andrew's friend more than what we're seeing.
Beth, you know that already from what you ran into.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I really seriously hope that it doesn't deteriorate to where it's at. And yes, I'm gonna correct my speech when I say that, like, that chat, the people in that chat scream at me. They usually scream at me every time I see them anywhere. If I try to go to Orbiter channels, I have to deal with that shit. Okay, so yes,
that's because you violated rule number 1. How dare you go against the great almighty?
I don't think that like when Grid came to me and was like, hey, I think what you're doing is stupid, I heard him out, and I was trying to be very, very careful with my speech, because it's a matter of, it's like, look, if I'm giving an insignificant little opinion about, like, it's not like I'm tone policing people. It's just a matter of, it's like, I personally don't like how that came across, and I don't think that it's a good look for someone to speak like that or act like that or whatever. So I was trying to work on my speech with it, because I can have an opinion with that, and I should be able to without it becoming me, quote unquote, talking shit. But yeah, they are very loyal, and
it's a cult mentality.
I don't think Andrew wants the cult mentality,
but that's what he's got. He hasn't put a stop to it.
That is what he.
Well, to be fair, a lot of other big streamers, big content creators, that's what just naturally takes place in their ecosystem.
Exactly, and that was the conversation.
You don't think he feeds off this shit?
Well,
that's what got me in trouble.
Until it gets them in trouble, because eventually it comes back to them. Look what happened with Destiny. It was his orbiters that would go and like do things without him knowing, you know. And I do believe, like, I mean, how much can you know, right?
RLM. That's what first got me into trouble. Was in Nashville, I had that exact conversation with Andrew face to face. Like, this happens to anyone, any public figure. I don't care if you're a politician, if you're a fucking school board leader, if you're the HOA president. I don't care. If you're a public figure, people are looking to you for stuff. This is something that you're going to run across, and it can harm your image. It can harm your business. So what plan do you have to deal with that? How do you deal with that? And are you actually looking for that, right? So I had that conversation with Andrew, and then I had it again with Mr. E, and Mr. E took it the wrong way. But he also gave a totally different answer than what Andrew did. So that was interesting. But yeah, that it does happen, whether you like it or not.
Yep. They're like a little world among themselves, and their bots just programmed and destroy anyone who goes against Andrew, and that's it. That's the only program they have. It feels
Correct.
like
There are some
they're
people
like
who,
autists.
yeah, there's some people who either don't want to or are incapable of thinking for themselves, so they follow.
Yeah, but let's be intellectually honest here. Andrew has banned, kicked out, and absolutely run off. You have no idea how many people from the Crucible who try and do exactly what you're talking about. Now, can he get them all? No. Can Mr. E get them all? No. And is he in control of it? No. Does he really care that much? I don't think he does, because in his mind, and I agree with this, by the way, in his mind, he is the one that's done this. He is the one that is doing all of it. If he had no fans tomorrow, he would do the same exact thing.
Right.
And that is so. When somebody says, "Well, I don't think this guy doing something in your name is a good look," Andrew's like, "Yeah, okay, I can't do anything about it, so I'm not going to fucking worry about it." And I think he's right to do that. Right. And I think that when people, I think he's at this point, nothing against you, Beth, at all.
Yeah, not
But
at all.
He's had so many people come to him and say, "Hey, this isn't a good look for you," like the speakeasy thing. Like I think Glenn Lawrence went to Andrew and said, "Hey, I don't think that kind of being seen as friendly to a guy that is not paying his child support or whatever the latest claim is against speakeasy, being friends with that guy and acknowledging him is not doing him any favors." And Andrew's reply is always, "I've never acknowledged speakeasy. We're not friends. I raid him because he's on and my audience likes his show. It's that simple." And telling him that, hey, it's not a good look for you, to him, that means that, hey, you're now trying to give him asked for advice, unsolicited advice, and that you probably yourself think that because he does this, that Andrew's bad for doing it. And so, just in fairness, I want to give you this perspective, because this is a perspective I have all the time when people come to me and say, "Hey, why are you talking to Beth? Do you not know that Beth has said shit against Andrew?" And I'm like, I don't give a fuck what Beth has said. If I'm my own man and if I want to kick Beth to the curb, I will do so. But until that point in time, and by the way, I do limit my contact with Beth a lot of times because I thought that she was kind of going down the wrong path. And I choose very carefully and very fairly, I think, and maybe not. I don't have to be fucking fair, by the way, but I try to be. That, hey, if this isn't on point for me, I limit my contact. I don't look. You don't see me over there hanging out with Vic. You don't see me hanging out with Dusty. Although I talk to Dusty a lot. I admire him. I think he's a good guy. I don't go to his show very much. You don't see me on the radio. These are places where I'm like, their content, which is totally fair that they want to do their content. They can do whatever the hell they want. It doesn't jive with me. It's not what I want. And so I don't go there. I make that decision. But no motherfucker on the planet, none of you guys will ever tell me that I can't go to Dusty's or I can't go to here. I can't go there. Fuck that. Okay.
Great.
And by the way, if I had 0 fans, I'd still do the same show, and I would still be the same me. And fuck all of them. Fuck all of y'all. It doesn't matter. I am who I am, and nothing. There's no amount of pressure that you can exert upon me, and I've proven this over and over. No amount of pressure you can put on me that will make me change. And Andrew is the exact same. Well, the reason Andrew and I are such good friends, we're the exact same person. Maybe. I think he's more charismatic than I am, but we are very, very similar.
Great. I think that a lot of what I've said, like, I am completely 1000% on track with you. I get exactly what you're saying. That's why it's like when I talked to Andrew, it was a question. I wasn't telling him it's a bad look. at times I have voiced that, like, it was kind of like, you know, that was a moment, but that's my opinion, and it has nothing. I don't take that shit to Andrew. I don't sit there and give him my unsolicited opinion because it doesn't matter. It's just my opinion. There's 100,000 of them out there at the same fucking time. Who cares? So it's not like that. I'm not judging him based on that at all. And I absolutely respect the right. When the Sarah Tomato thing happened, I sat there and said point blank, I think that Andrew, I think that you, I think that anybody can cut any relationship, friendship, whatever, for whatever fucking reason they want to, and it's nobody else's fucking business. Does that mean
that? It's not even a question necessarily of cutting a friendship, right?
I'm just generalizing it.
Right, but limiting contact or limiting, you know, or saying, hey, if you're going when you are doing X, I'm not going to be around you, right?
Right.
Like I'm just not like it's just not my scene, man. I'm going to go do this.
Right.
When you know we're still cool, right? We're still cool. It's just not my scene.
I agree,
and I think that's totally fair. But there are a lot of people out there that unless you align point for point, 100%, that you're wrong.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I can't believe that guy just did that. Fucking idiot.
I think the quickest way to get somebody to go away is to say, hey, you have to choose between me and somebody else.
Exactly.
Like, that's the quickest way to get dropped.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I told
gatekeeping.
multiple people, multiple people that don't ever ask me to do that, or you're the one that gets dropped, right? So I mean, that's just how that works.
That's my pretty standard business practice for personal business, whatever.
I'm the same fucking way. I don't like it when people give me that choice. It's like, okay, well, you just made it very easy for me. Have a nice day. No, no hate, but I'm out.
But the other thing is the vitriol, right? Like I said it last night on my stream. I'll say it here. Look, I don't like Speakeasy, for example. Speakeasy is the easiest thing. I keep singling him out because he's the best example. He's not the only person out there that I don't like. He just happens to be a common example. Please don't read too much into that. But for example, I don't like Speakeasy. Does that mean that I hate him? No. Does that mean that if he came on my show, I would be rude to him? No. It just means I don't like him, and I don't see any reason to interact with him. And when he's brought up, and if somebody says something about him, I'm going to give my honest, unvarnished, no bullshit opinion of him, right?
Right.
And that's that simple, right? Now, a big part of this is because I don't care enough to get involved with these kind of random ass beats, right? Like who gives? It's a big fucking internet. I honestly don't care if Speakeasy doesn't like me anymore. I don't care. Well, matter of fact, I hope he doesn't. But like Marte hasn't been on my show in a long time. Like I find that very odd, right? Like I've not done anything to Marte. I actually supported him, and I tried to help him out. Apparently, we're on the outs. I don't know why. You know what? I had to be told that the other day. I had to be told, hey, Marte hasn't been around for a long time. Have you not been reaching out to him? Like, actually, I don't reach out to anybody, first of all. And second, no, he hasn't reached out to me. He hasn't come on the show. He hasn't been in chat. I'm just assuming that he just, I've said something or done something to offend him, or he's too busy. Either way, I don't really care. If he wants to come hang out, that's cool. Maybe he doesn't think I took his side enough. Maybe he thinks I agreed with Dusty too much. Maybe he thinks that it doesn't fucking matter.
Doesn't matter. It's not important.
That's
his problem, not yours.
Right. Exactly.
That's his problem, not yours.
Exactly.
People have different schedules too. Like,
yeah.
I don't think that's true about Marte, though. By the way, Grid. Just my impression of it, which I don't know. I'm not in the guy's head, but
yeah. I'm just saying I don't know. But the thing is that there's so many people out there who are always offended about something.
Right.
Always angry about something. They need a windmill to tilt at. And I'm over here saying, no, you don't. Just be cool. I say it every night. Just be cool.
Generally, the ones that do that, they don't have much else going on. So, like, without that, they just stuck in idle. Like, what do I do next?
Then just be
Facts,
cool.
Grumple. Facts.
Just be cool.
It's just you gotta have something to complain about. Need a dragon to slay. That's the thing. I think that's a lot of like the political system. You get a lot of people that
we all need
to have
the boogeyman.
They gotta have the boogeyman. They need a dragon slayer. They want to be on the right side of history. So hey, the politicians, here's a dragon. Here, you could.
And I don't understand
over here. It's a dragon.
I don't understand how they can't be honest about themselves and who they are. Shit, I tell motherfuckers all the time. I troll on this bitch because I get bored easy.
And that's the thing, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Grid, in all honesty, it's like that's kind of what I'm anticipating is that my little opinion doesn't mean anything. So why should it bother anybody if I say that, I didn't like that moment. I don't like that, but that's my thing. That's my problem. That's not their problem. It's just a fucking opinion. And it doesn't define my opinion of the person in total.
Wi-Fi. All right, first off, I want to like you because you're funny, right? But let me link it straight. Don't pick up bad habits from Vic and other people in that circle of being disingenuous. I didn't ask you to leave me alone because your trolling was so much. I literally had just gotten demonetized and didn't want to deal with your bullshit.
And I saw it. He was not. Come on.
It's a great profile picture, though.
It's the hyperbolic.
Oh, it is.
It's a great profile.
Like stretch. It's like this fake rage, but it feeds something. It feeds an energy here, which creates more drama, which creates content. So we get it, right? Big picture,
I'm not mad at
Wi-Fi. No, I know. I'm just saying, big picture, small. We understand why all these little parts matter and why they get blown out of proportion. Because at the end of the day,
I'm going to drop off. Guys, I'm going to drop off. I'm almost home, and I'm going to get in, and I've got to get ready to do my stream at 8. And I'm gonna pimp myself out here. You guys come watch my stream tonight. It's going to be cool. We're going to chill out again tonight. OG can be there, or he might be there. Hell, I don't know. But he might have a date. The motherfucker needs to get out and get a date or two.